Alright, folks, let's talk about Bitcoin. Back in March of 2017, Bitcoin was trading at around $244, and as of today, Bitcoin has reached $5,634. This growth is practically parabolic. I mean, we expect Bitcoin to go up to $10,000 within the next couple of months, just based off of factors like the limited supply, the cost of mining, and the potential of Bitcoin to become a major established currency in the market. I know you could go online and buy stuff with Bitcoin even today, but I think that's going to expand in the future, and a lot of countries have begun to look into cryptocurrencies as a way of remittance back from moving from dollars from one country to another country costs. I think you mentioned 10% off of Western Union?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So if Western Union is charging 10% and Bitcoin charges a fraction of 1% to transfer funds, it becomes a viable means of people moving money back and forth between countries. So one of the things I want to note about Bitcoin is it's practically parabolic in the sense that the growth rate is spontaneous, dynamic. It grows so quickly and it goes up and down, but overall the trend is upward. One of the things that people will look forward towards is that through Bitcoin, it's a liberating system where you no longer have to work with a finite currency that's depreciating all the time. Like US dollars are minted at a rate of inflation of 2% every year, whereas Bitcoin is
Kind of deflation.
Yeah, it's deflationary because the amount of supply of new Bitcoins is less and less every year, and it finite supplies at 21 million Bitcoin around 2048.
In which they're gonna at the end of mining, but after that it's gonna turn into transactional fees in order to keep.
So the way the network will keep itself
economy
alive is that transactions will be the only way that people receive Bitcoin by maintaining the network. So if you're one of the miners that are maintaining the ledger, transactions will hold up the ledger through Bitcoin. So
what a time to get into Bitcoin now.
Right, and mining too. It's done substantially well. So one calculation I wanted to pull up is how much does it cost to produce one Bitcoin a day? In terms of terahashes and in terms of electricity use. So I have 345 terahashes of mining, which produces 0.067 Bitcoin on a daily basis. So if you multiply or divide one Bitcoin by this number, so let's do that. I'll clear this out. 1 divided by 0.067. Go ahead and do that. That's 14.92 times the 345 terahashes, or you need about 5 petahashes of processing to produce one Bitcoin a day.
Wow.
And for my mining, if it was 14.9 times the amount of mining I produce, my mining costs are $100 of electricity per day. So it costs roughly $1,400 to produce one new Bitcoin a day.
Wow.
So that's the economics of it. So every time a person buys a Bitcoin, the intrinsic amount of power used to produce it, not including the cost of hardware, is about $1,400. And we'll get into ASIC miners and how much they cost, but that's the general economics of Bitcoin. And it's getting harder. So each 2 weeks, the mining difficulty rises, meaning that it takes even more power to produce another set of Bitcoin.
And in 4 years, they're going to halve the amount of
So
Bitcoin.
Currently, the reward for mining every 8 minutes is about 12.5 Bitcoin to the winning mining pool. That will decrease in 4 years to about 6 Bitcoin, and then get halved again every set of 4 years.
Until 2048, when
mining is done, and 21 million Bitcoins are the last amount produced. So I think that's a good model to explain what's going on behind the scenes with Bitcoin and why its price has moved up so much in such a short period of time.
And I think a lot of our viewers would like to know, when do you think 10 grand is going to be, per Bitcoin, is going to be in the foreseeable future?
If the market continues to have an appetite for Bitcoin, it could potentially double within the next 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
So I wouldn't be surprised if by February or March 2018, Bitcoin crosses 10,000. But we could be wrong. It could be faster. It could be slower. So it's something really exciting to look forward towards.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, guys.
Bitcoin 10,000.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll see it.
36 months.
All right, folks. We'll get back to you with another video after this one.